We're back. Right?
Yeah, I didn't even sit down yet.
Yeah, hurry up, you're too slow. Anyway, we're back here. We're talking cigars. We have our friend Brandon here with us today. He's going to share some of his likes, dislikes, or whatever.
Wisdom.
I don't know if he has any wisdom, but his likes and dislikes.
Very
but
nice
first,
to be here.
I want to start. Some days, it's just one of them days. Some days you're the cushion. You feel like some days you're the pin.
Yeah.
Some days you're the cushion.
What were you today?
Today was the cushion.
Yeah, but I've never heard you say like you were the pin.
Yeah, I know, right?
Something
I
up
get
with
more
that.
days like that. So what are we smoking today, Brandon? What do you got?
We're smoking an Aladino Robusto here.
Okay.
Michael and myself.
So, I gifted each one of these gentlemen a cigar because some people complain that they never get free cigars
Always
from me.
complain, not some.
Yeah. So I gave Brandon the Aladino to smoke, and he's like, "Well, I don't know anything about it." That's the idea,
Right?
right? So
Exactly. Yep.
Now we smoked a couple weeks ago. We did the one when we were talking the Corojo.
It was a Corojo Reserve.
Reserve.
This is just their original Corojo.
So
it's a different blend.
Just like their classic line.
Correct.
Their
Yep.
I don't know, whatever you want to call it, standard line.
Yep.
And that Corojo was a spin-off. So has this one been out before the other one? Like, what is their flagship?
Their flagship is the Corojo Reserva.
So that's the flagship.
That's the one that we had smoking.
So this is like a spin-off on
a little bit more
that.
readily available.
Well, Corojo wrappers
Yeah.
always hard to
Sure.
come by.
Authentic
Corojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what you want. If you're going to
Yeah.
smoke it, that's
Yeah.
that's what you want.
And yes, he did give me a cigar today, but I already had mine lit up. I'm going to Padron 4000, one of my favorite six. I was looking for something with a little more to it today than my normal. If I would have went with one of my lighter smokes, so just enough punch for me. And the 4000 I like a little better than the 3000, just because it's a little bit longer. The 3000 burns a little too quick for me, but so I'm going with that. I need to pack a little bit more of a punch, and I'm pairing it with a Crown Apple and ginger.
Attaboy.
Right? Get right on it. Get right on it.
Sometimes, like this time of year when it starts getting a little cooler outside, people are like, I'm going to smoke a shorter cigar. I don't do that. I mean, I continue to smoke what I like, and what I finish, and what I don't,
I do it only because they're outside.
Yeah.
And you do that. And then I'll tell you another story about this. I kind of pissed off. I was in Michigan last week. I had some business training in Grand Haven, Michigan, which was about 2 hours from Ann Arbor. We went to the University of Michigan, nice campus, and then to Grand Haven, we stayed there. And of course, their weather's like here. It was like 40s, at night. So the first afternoon, maybe it was 5 o'clock or something, I sat outside. Damn, it was cold though after a while. I light up a double chateau or whatever it was. It's friggin' cold. So the next day, I figured, I'm searching my thing, and I passed one coming in about a mile from where we were staying at the hotel. There was Wild Bill's Cigars, or Wild Bill's. It's like a nice store, a nice strip mall. So the next day, then after the training was over, I figured Erica, my daughter, was with me, and she had some studying to do with school. And I said, well, I'm going to go to the cigar store and have a cigar for an hour and a half maybe. With that. So I go in, beautiful store. I walk in, it's really set up nice, displayed nice, which isn't always the norm for some cigar stores you go in.
Right.
But this store is nice, accessory, really nice pipe section, not beautiful humidor, nice big humidor. So I go in there and I spend some time and I pick out some things that we don't normally have or carry, and I want to try something because you can't sell and carry everything.
And that's
out
standard
there.
when you visit some other shop. You should make a
So I
purchase.
went in, I picked out 3 or 4 sticks. I don't remember what I bought, but anyway. So I come out and I'm talking to it was a younger kid, probably like your age, right? How old are you?
31.
Yeah, so probably, I guess he was about your age. Nice guy, and we're talking, and I said, well, you have a cutter? I bought 4 cigars. You have a cutter and a lighter, and you have somewhere to sit. Here, I want to smoke a cigar.
Hey, this is PG-13.
No, I ain't PG.
All right.
Maybe you beat me up. The kid looks at me serious as all hell. He looks me straight in the eye. Now, he had a cigar, but it wasn't lit. He was just holding it, but I'm thinking, well, he's just
Get ready to light.
ready to light it. I don't know what he's doing with it. He said, not in this effing state. This effing screwed up governor here. You can't even smoke a cigar in a cigar store. Can you imagine that? I said, what?
Yeah.
He says you cannot smoke a cigar
It's unbelievable,
in a cigar store.
but believable. It's ridiculous.
I thought he was pulling my leg. I
Yeah.
got Jones in here now to sit and relax in a chair, right, for an hour. And I said, well, where do you guys Where do you guys smoke in the winter? I mean, Michigan winters, I'm sure, are probably colder than what we have here in Northeast PA.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can't smoke in a cigar store.
And that's a far cry because we were there how many years ago? Maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. We were there for a conference and, we did the same thing. Went to restaurants, said, where can we smoke around here? He said, anywhere you want.
Yeah.
So, how
but not
things
in
change.
a cigar store. That's like going to a restaurant and saying, well, you can't order food.
You're not allowed to eat it here. You could buy it here, but you can't eat it here.
I mean,
I agree with you.
don't believe it.
It's totally ridiculous.
I was so mad. I sat outside, closed my ass off, and smoked a cigar.
Yeah, once you have your mindset, you can't.
Right?
you
Oh
have to
yeah,
do
it's
it,
something you're looking forward to.
Yeah.
When you're looking forward to something, and just it makes that.
But here's my problem. I have no problem. I understand a lot of people don't like the cigar smoke or any smoke, and I have no problem with that. And I'll never go smoke a cigar where it's not allowed. Right, and I'm somewhere I said, is it all right if you smoke it?
Right.
And I'm not going to just go somewhere and say, oh, no, I'm smoking here, whether it's inside or outside.
Right.
I have no problem with that. But for the government to tell a businessman or a guy running his store, he's paying the rent, the mortgage, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it should be his decision.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like,
Free country, right?
that's what I would thought. But I go a lot of places, like I'm not a big seafood eater. So I
Right.
don't go to a seafood restaurant, but I don't say, well, don't serve seafood, I want
Right.
chicken parm.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I don't understand.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it. But in a cigar, I could see bars, restaurants, and thought, but a cigar store.
So you were the cushion that day too.
I was the question. But I lost it. I mean, the way this kid came up, young kid like Brandon, he did.
Pissed off. I mean, he's probably all day, every day, just boiling. He's ready to
And
blow
I
his
hit him
cork.
at the right point. And he said, yeah, you can't even smoke a cigar. And he had some other explicitives he went on. I don't know who the governor is or whatever, but I guess you don't let them smoke a cigar, even in a cigar store.
With all the implementations that have been put in place, usually a lounge is a safe spot. That
Yeah.
You would have never thought.
Right?
Yeah, it's one of those things. So, Brandon, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself? I mean, we've known you a long time.
Yep.
You started working for us
Yes.
High school?
in the 90s, maybe?
Yeah.
In the
High
90s,
school, yeah. That
so
was 9 years.
just a little background about, how,
Of my cigar smoking or everything?
everything. Just keep it clean. Like, I want to know about your elementary school girlfriend and,
Yeah, I mean, I said I worked for you guys for 9 years. Learned a lot about the tobacco industry, premium cigars. Even watching the videos you guys have already done. A big thing that people, I think, don't realize and take for granted, and even myself, I find doing it too, is all these premium cigars are hand rolled. So sometimes if you walk into a store, and I think you guys touched on it a couple of weeks ago, a $5 cigar may not mean it's not as good as a $20 cigar.
right?
No doubt.
So there's people sitting rolling these cigars all the time, and then there's no reason, and people do it, but you walk into a store and you see a cigar for $5. Oh, that can't be good.
Right.
Yeah. Some of the best cigars you've had are
agree.
$5-6 cigar.
Oh, yeah.
So
Absolutely.
My favorite cigar, the 858 is right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit more, the 650.
650. Yeah.
Right in that wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So you started working for us at the cigar store at the Larimar. What? Were you in high school? I don't
Yes.
remember.
Oh, it was high school, yeah.
and then you stayed through college,
Yeah.
right? And then even a little bit after college, maybe part time or something.
Yeah. I was probably up until a year out of college, even maybe.
Yeah.
Until 09.
Right.
And where'd you go to college?
Penn State Hazelton.
Penn State.
Yep.
And then your first job was?
My first job was with you guys.
Well, no, after college.
Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins after you guys. So I've only had the two
Yeah.
jobs. So I pride myself in being loyal.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I mean, that's 2 jobs in
Yeah.
20 years.
Yep.
I mean, that's
Yep.
pretty impressive.
So what did you think, thinking back when you worked at the stores, guys coming up like unique questions, or there's got to be something out there that makes you laugh till this guy come in for this or whatever.
I know to this day, there's times in the store I wish we had a camera rolling.
Yeah.
For some of the things that people say or situations that arise, you just can't make it up.
You can't make it up.
And you can't recreate it either.
There's still nothing better, either it's in a lounge or here or somewhere you're smoking a cigar with somebody, right? It's the funniest thing. And they're talking, and you're getting in your conversation, maybe having a couple of cocktails, and after a while, when a guy puts a cigar in his mouth backwards and starts smoking it, right? How many times have you seen that?
I honestly, probably 100 times.
Oh, yeah, right?
Like it just
Not on
blows your mind.
purpose,
No.
just because you pick it up from the ashtray.
Boom, right in, yeah.
It goes in
Mouth
the
full
wrong
of
way or
ash.
something.
Mouth full of ash.
Or
yeah.
how about this? You put your cigar in, you're sitting at the table, you maybe go to the bathroom or get up and go somewhere and come back. Somebody else is smoking your cigar, right?
Well, not mentioning any names,
Yeah,
Alex.
me either. But that happens too.
Yeah.
Another good thing about premium cigars is that you guys have touched on it too. Cutting, lighting, smoking, no real wrong way to do it. However, what you guys just mentioned, you definitely aren't going to put the reverse end in your mouth. That's just
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose.
No,
I've seen
not
that done so many times.
I've done it. I've done
I
it
know,
to be
me
honest.
too.
You know, outside
'Cause you
doing
put it
yard
down,
work or something like that,
pick it
not
up.
paying attention. You just grab it,
You pick it up.
put it, boom. You know right away that
Yeah,
you're not supposed to have a mouthful of ash. It's not pretty.
No.
It's not pretty at all.
Or when somebody else is smoking your cigar. You come out like, really? What are you smoking my cigar for?
two funny stories, quick, out of the 9 years that I could remember right now, really quick. Our Wyoming Valley Mall store. Somebody walking right into the door.
Oh,
We had like
that
a glass
yeah.
door that you could see from the mall. Sometimes we had it open, sometimes we didn't. People walked right into it. You would never believe
I walk
that would happen.
right into the door. I mean, but what blows my mind about that whole thing is, so the whole storefront was glass, right? Floor to ceiling. You would think, all right, well, I can understand. Well, we have displays and product and fixtures
right there.
on the inside. So
Right.
if they were to happen to get through the glass, they're still going to hit the
Yep.
fixture.
Didn't
So-
the one lady didn't used to call the
Oh,
911,
she was a bleeder.
right?
Yeah. She was a bleeder.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
Oh,
You can laugh
man.
at it now. That was
I've seen a guy, walking out. He, bought a couple boxes of cigars, and then he's walking out the store, and then he forgot something on the counter. So he walks out about 2 feet, turns around, instead of walking right back through the door, boom, right into the glass. Knocked his hat off. Cigars everywhere. I mean,
Speaking of
You
that
know.
store, there's a tattoo
shop.
place in there in the humidor.
Yeah.
What did they make? Like where they actually do the tattoos, I think,
humidors
right?
where they
yeah, like
actually.
they're-
They used it. They made the store look nice.
Real
though.
nice.
It looks real nice.
Real
They
nice.
kept it nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We put a lot of work into that
It did.
store.
It
You know,
doesn't
it's been a
always
long time,
work, yeah. We did what, 5 or 6 years? Well, a little over 5 years, I think.
Yeah,
It was.
but I think 7 altogether because we were in 2 years
Well, no,
across the
oh,
hallway.
we were crossing
Yeah.
and the mall moved and stuff. But yeah, that was a nice store. And they have it really nice there. I was up there a couple.
You guys said for the
6
hard work
months ago.
you put into it, at least no one came in and trashed it. It's another-
Right,
it's
and just
another-
ripped it all
right.
out,
Well, it was done right, so they just found a way to
make it work for them.
reposition it how
Yeah.
what they needed to
They
work.
probably love
Oh,
that
yeah.
coming in there, not having to do too much, just move their stuff in. New signs.
But that was the humidor, though. Well, we had a hard time keeping that up, right? I don't know if it was that outside wall it was on.
Yeah,
We had a hard
so
time in
I
the
think it
winter.
was because of the outside wall, and they didn't insulate that wall
Very
at
well.
all. Basically, when they did the construction, and we didn't have any say on the contractors doing it or anything because they moved us like that. And I think if we would have had insulation out there, it would have really.
I
helped.
remember
But
the
I mean,
winter, like really,
20,
December to
15,
March.
20 degrees outside, it's going to be a
December
problem,
to March. That
We
really-
made it work, we
Well, we
put
had
some
put
heaters
heaters,
in
yeah.
and
yeah,
stuff like
but
that.
it did affect it.
Yeah.
That was a love time. Yeah, what's your other story?
This is one that I don't want to say gets me upset, but it gets me upset.
The
Could be
cowboy story?
we're not going to go there. Tommy and I
all right.
spoke about that before the cameras came
all
on.
right.
That's painful.
You could be. It's probably Laura Mall store. Could be having a great day. Boom, boom between lottery and tobacco, rolling the lines through. Then somebody comes in. And one of my favorite parts was going in the humidor, maybe educating somebody if they didn't know a lot about cigars. Again, pick something out that they probably like, come back, would buy again. Walk in, you can tell this guy who probably knew everything about everything. I didn't know anything. So
About to ruin your day.
start explaining to him, hey, I don't need your advice. I'm fine. I'll get you if I need you. Okay. Turn back around. Probably had a couple more people in line. Started waiting on them. Come to the counter. I forget what he bought. And then he's the guy who, do you have a cutter? Sure. Gave him one. Cuts the cigar right in half.
Well, he knew it all.
Yeah,
We got two for ones.
Yep.
2 for one.
Some people don't want to, take your advice.
I'm not saying anything.
I mean,
No.
and you were young at the time.
Yeah,
And when I
but
first
still.
started 20 years ago, I was young at the time. Sometimes, that's just the way it is. Where it could be the opposite as well. I mean, it depends on the type of day the guy's having.
Right.
A lot of factors go into
Here's
it.
the question, though. He may have known that and did it on purpose and thinks he could smoke 2 cigars, which isn't the truth. You can, because it's not meant to be smoked.
No,
it's only meant to be smoked from one side.
Right.
On how it's rolled and blended.
Right. No, you're
But
correct.
he may have thought that he was.
This is wonderful.
Look at it. Jessica made
Magically
a cameo.
appears. You want to say hello to everybody?
No.
That's another thing too.
But
with
he
the-
may have. Because was
He
it a
might
longer
have.
cigar you mean? I mean, was
It might have been like
a
one of your. I don't know if it was a Fuente, but similar in size
Like a
to like your
Churchill.
double chateau.
Yeah,
Right.
you should never cut a cigar in half like that.
Right.
It
Now,
doesn't smoke the same.
no.
I mean, you
I
can
know
talk about
guys.
graveling right away. And,
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, 99% of the time, people are very willing to listen to what you have to say. Whether you're going to educate them or not. On the other hand, I like to listen to them. I like to hear what they have to say and see what their knowledge is, and I like to learn from my customers as well.
Because like you said, there's really no right or wrong way except cutting it in half. That's just wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as cutting your cigar with a punch, a V,
yeah, that's what's great
you
about
see
cigars.
angles, slant. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's no right or wrong. But cutting it in half.
So,
not
do
getting
you
the
do
flavor.
fantasy football?
This year I used to. Took this year off. Usually very stressful.
What, do you have like a hamstring injury or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm day to day. I mean, what's tough about it, and Tommy and I are Dallas fans. Like this week they're playing Pittsburgh. I'm not going to talk too much
you
about
gotta
it. but-
pick with your brain and
Right.
not your heart.
Right. So
Painful.
if you have, James Conner, Pittsburgh running back, you're a Dallas fan this week. You want him to do good. So it's just
I
just
write
took a
them
year off of
letters.
it.
I let them know how important it is to me that they have 4
That's it.
touchdowns.
A little bit of knowledge and things that we do we do the FanDuel fantasy thing for some fun.
A little ball busting.
A little ball busting too, but I don't know. But I'll guarantee you, whoever I pick, they're gonna crap out that week. So maybe I'll pick Connor this week, because then he's gonna shit. He's gonna shit the bed.
That's what you should do. You should go heavy Steelers.
Heavy Steve.
Heavy Steelers.
Ben, Juju, Connor, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm not guaranteed. Like I forget who would have won the receiver a couple
Claypool.
weeks ago. Claypool.
Claypool.
No, for another team. But anyway, he scored 30-some points the week before, so I've got to get him in this week. He had 4. I'm
Yeah.
like, really?
Yep.
It doesn't work that way. Very
That's
few
another
guys
thing.
have big weeks week to week.
So hard.
But if I didn't pick him, I bet you would add another banner
Well,
week.
who did you pick last week that was a dud? Because I'll pick them this week.
Tannehill. I think it was
Tannehill.
last week.
I'm not on Tannehill this week.
No.
He's probably.
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
I get
I
lucky.
don't know.
I've won it one week this season so far. All luck. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I don't.
A lot of
study
things
up
go
for
into it, especially this year,
With the COVID,
this
I was
season
gonna
with
say.
the COVID. How many guys are out? Like,
Yep.
now a big matchup is what? Detroit, Minnesota, right? Well, Stafford may play, may not play. We have to wait till Sunday to see if he's eligible
Well,
to
how
play.
about last
But he didn't
week?
practice all
How
week.
about last week? I mean, if you had Aaron Rodgers playing against Minnesota, and Minnesota
Yep.
blows them out, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
And
never.
now last
Go
night
figure.
Never would have guessed that.
Go figure.
Nope.
Right, I'm not a gambler on that stuff.
like
No.
Michael said, it's so hard with injuries every year, and now this year with COVID on top of it, how many games have been pushed back, postponed? You draft
Yeah.
Cam Newton on the Patriots, he misses how many games?
Well, the good thing
It's-
about FanDuel is we pick our
We don't
lineup
draft.
every week.
Right, FanDuel,
so we
yeah,
don't
that's
draft.
true.
It's we pick based
yeah,
upon
that's way
salaries.
too complicated
Yeah.
for me to draft in the beginning.
Yeah, if you're
of the
picking for a
season.
whole season, it's
No.
Yeah.
No, we do. You can pick.
yeah.
A lot of guys have the same,
Same guys, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to do it. For me, like for a novice, just
Yeah,
looking to have
right.
some fun with it.
Yep.
I love doing it that way.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's then you have some loudmouths. I'm not going to mention any names. Tyler, Tyler.
Scarpattis.
Well, but Tyler, I just want to just a little bit about Tyler last week. Running his mouth. He's going to score more points than me, and this and that, because he's the league leader right now. But it's early. There's time. And what happened? I doubled him up.
Yeah.
Doubled you up, Tyler. So.
Yeah, he only 80-some points
Yeah.
this week?
Oh, yeah. Number 12. I mean, 12 out of 12. Not
Not
bad.
bad. Top
Not
12.
bad. Not bad.
Top 12's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's all kind of excuses for it, but
So what do you think on that cigar now? You're about halfway through, Brandon.
Yeah, it's you know what? I've been into, like you were saying, Tommy, lately, the Toros, the box presses,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
this is a robust one. I think it's a nice size in this blend. It does have a little kick to it. I mean, maybe not for a beginner right off the bat, but it's definitely a lot of flavor, a little bit of strength there. I really like it. Good
so
burn.
like a
we're both
birdie.
smoking the same thing. And you're right. It does have a little bite to it, a little bit more kick than the Corojo Reserve, which we smoked a couple episodes ago.
More than the Corojo Reserve.
A little bite to it. The Corojo
Like
Reserve, I'm gonna
like
say
a spicy. Like a spicy, like I classify spicy or a bitter.
a bitter. A little
Like
bitter
on the
is
top
what I
of the
would say.
mouth.
Yeah, but it's good. It's a good flavor. It's a good burn, good construction. The Corojo Reserve it's fuller, but it is smoother, and that's the perfect combination. I mean, I would put that up against the Liga Privada number 9. You know, the way that it smokes, as dark
Those
as
are
it
big
is,
words.
as rich as it is,
Yeah.
as rich as it is, so smooth. I mean, when you get a smooth cigar that you can
That has-
taste the tobacco and taste the nuances in it
And has the
without
flavor.
it knocking you on your ass,
Yeah.
that's the one.
And has the
That's
flavor.
what I look for.
That's what I get like out of the Padron, like the classic one, like 2, 3, 4,000,
Yeah.
like that. You know, once in a while I'll go to a 64.
Yeah.
But to me, but this is the like I don't know if that's what they call it. I call it the classic. Every day, like 2, 3, 4,
Classic,
5,000
yeah.
sizes is my favorite. And in the natural, I'm not a big Maduro fan in Padron cigars.
Right.
Not that that's just my taste.
That's why they make both.
That's why they make both. But I like. But then in some brands, I prefer the Maduro over their Connecticut Natural or.
Which is another
Sun
reason
Grown.
why you try. And you have
And
to
I've
have
been
that
doing a lot.
willingness.
You'd be proud of me, boy. I've been smoking a lot of different cigars. Oliveros last night.
Yeah?
It's not bad. That's a nice
No, it
cigar.
is a
I
nice
like
cigar. It's a nice cigar. And
Really nice.
every
Very
cigar
perfect.
has like its moment and its purpose. You know what I mean? Nice. Yeah, it depends what kind of mood you're in, what you're looking for, what you're,
The setting, which you guys have also touched on a couple episodes.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
No doubt.
You could not really like a cigar and then have it again, right setting, right time, and just love it.
I say
It all
you got to give a cigar 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
I believe.
Absolutely.
To
Minimum. And it doesn't have to be in a row.
No.
Like you should really
A
give
couple
it
of
some
weeks,
time,
yeah.
go back and forth because everything plays a
Don't-
part in it. The
don't-
atmosphere,
yeah.
your mood, what you ate, what you drank.
Don't write it off after
Yep.
the first.
So what I think that we should do is one of these next episodes, we're gonna set up boxing gloves. We're gonna have Tyler on. I'll sit in the middle. We got Cowboys, Eagles,
Oh no, we will.
right? And just have a little conversation for everybody. What do you think?
Well, we can do that.
Coming soon.
We can do that. Coming soon.
All right.
See
Well,
if Tyler's up to it. But you know,
I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Brandon,
Thanks for having me.
sitting in.
Appreciate it, guys.
Making us two guys here.
Right?
We look good today. I don't know. Maybe
Absolutely.
not. All right.
I appreciate you having me.
Yeah. Anytime. And until next time. Yeah. We'll see you guys later.
Oh, before we got that, we got a little special thing coming up, I guess, on the next episode, right? A little new release we got coming out.
Yeah,
something
yeah. What we're
else,
gonna
so-
do is we're gonna be talking about The American by J.C. Newman, and every part of this cigar is the tobacco is grown in America. The boxes are made in America. Every
Cello,
part of
made,
it.
rolled, wrapped.
Yep.
And it's coming.
So we're
soon.
gonna sit down with our rep Anthony, and we're gonna talk a little bit about the American release. So look forward to the next episode, guys.
Have a great night.
See you next time.